Chosen one, this moment did not happen by accident. You did not arrive here by curiosity, boredom, or chance. This encounter was arranged with intention. Long before your mind understood why you paused, your spirit already knew. Something within you recognized this moment as familiar, as necessary, as appointed. Heaven orchestrated this meeting because God has been drawing your attention for a reason. There is something sacred unfolding in your life, and this message is meant to help you see it clearly. Let us speak honestly about the season you are in, the waiting, the stillness, the stretch of time that feels quiet, delayed, and at times painfully slow. This is the place where many begin to question themselves, their worth, and even God's promises. But hear this clearly, and let it settle deep within you. Delay is not denial. God's silence is not his absence. Every door that closed in front of you was not rejection. It was protection. When heaven says, "Not yet," it is not withholding love, it is applying wisdom. God is not pushing you away. He is positioning you. He is not punishing you, he is preparing you. Waiting is not wasted time in God's economy, but waiting is one of heaven's most precise tools for alignment. There are blessings that must mature before they can be safely received, and there are people who must be strengthened before they can carry what they are asking for. Some doors closed because if they had opened too early, they would have cost you peace, identity, or purpose. What felt like loss was often mercy in disguise. You may have wondered why things seemed to stall just when you were ready. Why progress slowed when hope was rising. Why opportunities slipped through your hands even though you prayed, believed, and did everything you knew to do. But God often saves us by delaying us. He sees angles you cannot see. He knows outcomes you cannot predict. He understands what certain connections, environments, and seasons would have done to you before you were ready. What you called disappointment, heaven called protection. And then there is the loneliness, the quiet nights, the sense of being unseen or left behind while others seem to move forward with ease. But solitude is not punishment. It is not abandonment. Solitude is a sacred classroom. It is where God teaches you to recognize his voice without interference. In silence, discernment is sharpened. In stillness, clarity is born. When God removes noise, it is because he is about to speak more clearly. In the wilderness, God strips away every competing voice until only his remains. This is where dependency shifts. This is where you stop leaning on validation, distraction, and external affirmation and begin leaning fully on him. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it is holy work. You cannot hear God clearly if everything around you is constantly speaking, so he quiets the environment to tune your spirit. Then comes the refining, the heartbreaks you did not expect, the doors that closed after you invested your hope, the moments where you thought, "This must be it," only to watch it fall apart. None of that was wasted. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one moment of disappointment. God has been removing counterfeit attachments so that when the real thing comes, you will recognize it immediately. You cannot appreciate what is genuine until you have seen what is false. You cannot discern true alignment until you have experienced misalignment. The refining fire does not exist to destroy you. It exists to purify your vision, your desires, and your capacity. Some things had to burn away so you would no longer confuse intensity with intimacy or attention with assignment. Every loss sharpened your discernment. Every ending strengthened your foundation. So what has God been preparing you for? Not just connection, but covenant. Not just relationship, but responsibility. God has been reinforcing your inner structure so the blessing will not overwhelm you when it arrives, because blessings that arrive before capacity often become burdens. God refuses to give you something that would harm you simply because you asked for it too early. Your future spouse is not coming to rescue you. They are not coming to complete you. They are coming to walk beside you, whole and ready, aligned with purpose. God does not build covenant on emotional dependence. He builds it on spiritual maturity. Two grounded people create stability. Two healed hearts create safety. Two surrendered lives create impact. A house built on sand cannot carry sacred treasure. That is why God has been focusing on your foundation. teaching you patience, teaching you discernment, teaching you the difference between desire and destiny, teaching you to value peace over pressure and purpose over passion, teaching you to slow down long enough to ask not just, do I want this, but, is this aligned with where God is taking me? God is never in a rush, even when we are. He sees generations, he sees legacy, he sees consequences. What you thought withholding was actually God rearranging, realigning, redirecting you towards something that would last. This union God is preparing you for is not about filling a void. It is about multiplying impact. When two people refined by obedience come together in God's timing, it is not merely companionship, it is movement, it is mission, it is legacy. It is two lives running in the same direction with shared values, shared vision, and shared surrender. Your future spouse will not complete you. They will confirm the work God has already done in you. They will mirror your growth, not replace it. And the beauty of this season is that while you have been waiting, they have not been idle either. God has been working on both sides of the promise at the same time. Different paths, same process. Different details, same divine hand. They too have faced loss. They too have experienced disappointment. They too have had to let go of things they once thought would last. God has been refining them just as deeply, just as intentionally. While you cried quietly, they cried too. While you questioned timing, they questioned it as well. While you healed wounds you did not cause, they were doing the same. God is shaping them to be a partner, not a project. Teaching them emotional maturity, teaching them spiritual depth, teaching them how to steward responsibility before stepping into covenant. They are learning how to love without losing themselves, how to lead without controlling, how to commit without fear. They are becoming the very person you have been praying for, even if they do not yet know your name or face. Something in their spirit has begun to stir, a holy restlessness. A sense that something is shifting. They feel the pull toward preparation, getting their life in order, clearing space, aligning priorities. Heaven is whispering to them just as it is whispering to you. This is not coincidence. This is synchronization. Heaven never rushes what is meant to last. Both journeys must reach maturity, because too early would be damaging and too late would miss alignment. God is coordinating details you cannot see: timing, geography, conversations, career moves, and divine intersections. There is a reason you have not met yet, or a reason the timing did not work before. You may have crossed paths already, but heaven waited, not because God was slow, but because he was precise. He was protecting the promise. And though you cannot see the countdown, it has already begun. The season of hidden preparation is nearing completion. The quiet work is producing visible fruit. What felt like delay is about to make sense. Your waiting was not wasted. Your obedience mattered. Your faith was seen. And what God is preparing will arrive at the exact moment it can be received without harm, without fear, and without confusion. Chosen one, as you move closer to what God has been preparing, discernment becomes just as important as faith. Not every connection is sent to carry you forward. Some arrive to test you, others to teach you, and only a few are meant to walk with you into covenant. The closer you get to God's promise, the more necessary clarity becomes. This is not a season for guessing. It is a season for seeing. One of the clearest markers of divine alignment is peace. Not excitement alone, not chemistry alone. Peace. When God is involved, his presence brings stability to your spirit. You will not feel the constant need to analyze, chase, or perform. You will not feel driven by anxiety or fear of loss. Instead, there will be an inner settling, a sense that you can breathe again. Divine connections calm the nervous system and anchor the heart. They do not agitate your soul. This peace does not depend on perfect circumstances. It remains even when questions arise or challenges appear. It is not the absence of difficulty, but the absence of confusion. You may still feel emotion, attraction, and anticipation, but they will be grounded, not chaotic. When something is from God, you do not feel rushed. You feel ready. In real life, peace shows up quietly. Conversations flow without force. You do not feel the need to impress or prove yourself. Silence does not feel awkward or heavy. You are not constantly checking your phone, replaying words, or wondering where you stand. Your sleep improves, your prayer life deepens, your spirit rests. It feels like your soul has finally exhaled after holding its breath for a long time. Passion has a place, but passion without peace is a warning. God's love is steady. It does not spike and crash. It warms rather than consumes. Intensity that burns too fast often leaves damage behind. Divine alignment feels like a slow, consistent flame. It grows stronger with time, not weaker. Spiritual compatibility is another unmistakable sign. This goes far beyond shared interests or surface-level beliefs. It is about direction. Do you move toward God together or separately? Do they draw you closer to truth, or subtly pull you away from it? Prayer should feel natural, not forced. Your faith should be strengthened, not sidelined. They should protect your calling, not compete with it. The right person will not distract you from God. They will remind you of Him. Their presence will make obedience easier, not heavier. You will find that conversations about purpose, values, and faith happen organically. There is mutual respect for boundaries and a shared desire to grow spiritually. Alignment does not mean identical callings, but it does mean compatible ones. You will also notice how your gifts interact. Divine partnerships are complementary. What you lack, they often carry with grace. What they struggle with, you naturally support. There is no rivalry, no insecurity, no need to shrink or overextend. Together you function more effectively than you ever did alone. In God's economy, unity multiplies capacity. Character will matter more than chemistry, even if chemistry exists. Watch how they treat people who cannot benefit them. Observe how they handle frustration, disagreement, and delay. Look for humility, consistency, and integrity. Attraction may open the door, but character determines whether someone can stay in the room. Chemistry fades. Character remains. A lack of character will always eventually surface. No matter how spiritual the connection appears, God does not build covenant on charisma. He builds it on fruit. Love, patience, kindness, self-control, faithfulness. These qualities grow over time and reveal the true condition of the heart. When these are missing, no amount of spiritual language can compensate. When the connection is truly from God, there will be recognition at a soul level. It will feel new and familiar at the same time, safe yet alive. Your spirit will recognize alignment before your mind fully processes it. There will be trust that cannot be logically explained. Conversations will go deep without fear. Vulnerability will not feel risky. It will feel natural. Confirmation will follow. Wise, spiritually mature people will see what you see. Not because you persuaded them, but because the fruit is evident. Peace will remain even as the relationship develops. You will not feel pressure to rush, force, or define everything immediately. The timing will feel intentional, not frantic. Be aware, though, that before God releases covenant, counterfeits often appear. This is not to discourage you, but to sharpen your discernment. Counterfeits often arrive when you are tired, lonely, or emotionally exposed. They may look good, sound spiritual, and feel familiar. They are not always bad people. They are simply not your person. Confusion is one of the clearest warning signs. If the connection constantly leaves you unsettled, questioning, or justifying behavior to yourself, pause. If your prayer life weakens, your peace disappears, or your boundaries are repeatedly challenged, listen. Divine alignment does not require you to betray your values to keep someone close. Another warning is pressure. If you feel rushed to commit, explain, or compromise, that urgency is not from God. Heaven does not hurry covenant. It confirms it. When you find yourself convincing yourself that something is God, rather than resting in the assurance that it is, pay attention. Divine certainty does not require constant reassurance. There is also the danger of settling. Someone may seem mostly right, 80% aligned, good enough, but that remaining imbalance continues to stir unrest in your spirit. Almost right is still misaligned. Peace is too valuable to trade for proximity. It is better to wait alone in clarity than to walk with someone in confusion. So how do you prepare while you wait? You do not pause your life, you build it. Waiting is not passive hoping. It is active preparation. You pursue God wholeheartedly. You invest in your calling. You strengthen your emotional health. You heal what still hurts. You forgive what still binds you. Healed people attract healthy covenant. Stay spiritually positioned. Make prayer and scripture daily rhythms, not emergency tools. Fast when clarity is needed. Worship when discouragement tries to settle in. Remain in community. Isolation distorts discernment. God often confirms direction through trusted voices who can see what you cannot when emotion is involved. Prepare practically as well. Steward your finances. Create stability in your environment. Learn how to communicate with honesty and grace. Serve faithfully now. Marriage is not a reward for patience. It is a responsibility that requires maturity. The work you do now will support the covenant later. Maintain the right posture. Hope without desperation. Expectation without pressure. Pray specifically but release control of timing. Trust that God's delays are purposeful and kind. Do not open doors God has closed, and do not chase what He has not released. When the moment comes, it will feel sudden, even after a long wait. There will be ease instead of striving, clarity instead of confusion, alignment instead of anxiety. It will not feel dramatic or chaotic, it will feel right. Right place, right time, right readiness. You will look back and recognize God's fingerprints on every delay, every detour, every closed door. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. The waiting shaped you. The silence strengthened you. The process prepared you. When you meet them, peace will flood your spirit. Not nervous uncertainty, but calm recognition. Conversations will reveal shared values, compatible vision, and mutual respect. Wise counsel will confirm what your heart already knows. You will not need endless signs. You will simply know. This message reaching you now is not coincidence. It is alignment. Heaven has been moving while you have been waiting. The unseen is becoming seen. The hidden work is nearing completion. Stay steady, stay faithful, stay prepared. What God has promised will arrive in due season, and it will be worth every moment of preparation that brought you there.